Okay, let's get settled in here. Whew, it's time to just get this day started. Yeah. Let's do email first. Okay, let's see. Here's our email. Looks like I've got most of my stuff taken care of already. Well, that's great. Let's go ahead and just clean out some of that stuff that I've already read and just haven't cleaned it out of my inbox. So let's go ahead and check all that mail. So how much do I have to work with? Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Well, hopefully that wasn't terribly anxiety-inducing for any of those out there that just love having a clean inbox. I know y'all exist, and I know who some of y'all are, and I do apologize. I actually do apologize. But the point of that was that we send a lot of emails, and some of them are important, and some of them are definitely needed. However, sometimes we send out emails, at least I think so, that doesn't feel like it needs the weight of an email or the purpose of an email. Like, I'm just saying yes, I'm just saying thanks. Here's a link, here's a file. And I feel like there's probably a more efficient way to do that. So there's other options that we have that can supplement our communication through phone and email and texting. And one of those tools that we have access to and that we have the ability to use here at the Service Center, which is part of the Google ecosystem, is called Google Chat. So I'd like to take a minute or a few minutes and show you what are the features of Google Chat and how can it work for you and for your team. So let's find out how we're going to get to Google Chat. My favorite way of typing is just typing it in. So we're just going to go to chat.google.com. Other ways that you can access it is you can be on any Google service. Look for that waffle up in the top right-hand corner. Click that waffle and you'll find an icon with chat. Once you're in chat, you will see on the left side any conversations that you have already been having. But let's just go ahead and start a conversation. So I'm going to click up here in the Find People Room bot. Don't worry about all those words. Just know that you can find people right there. And I'm going to go ahead and search for someone that I need to have a conversation with. So I've found Lisa. I just typed her name in. The directory pulled up, so I was able to click on her name, and it automatically loaded her account. And let's say that you probably don't know, but Lisa and I and another team look at Schoology a lot. And so maybe I was looking at this tip for creating lessons that work online and in the classroom at the same time. And I thought this was really nice. So maybe I just want to send this link to her. So I'll just go ahead and copy that link. And I'll come and say, then I'll just go ahead and paste that link in there. And first off, let's just notice that whenever you put links in there, it automatically goes ahead and gives you a preview of what that is, and that's the way that it looks on the other side. I can immediately see now that Lisa has seen the message and that she is typing a message for me. While she's typing, I'm also going to notice up here that on hers, I can see that Lisa is active. She's got that little green thing, so I know that she's typing right now. And on my chat icons on the left side for the people that I've been having chats with, you can see the green and the white dots. And the green means that they are available and that they're actually on chat at that time. And so Lisa has got me back. She says, thanks for sharing. And I can come over here and I can go ahead and click this little reaction. And I can pick any emoji that I would like to as a reaction. So I can go ahead and just, say thumbs up. And it gives a little reaction for that. Also down here, maybe I want to share a document with Lisa. So I'm just going to go ahead and say, just let's start a conversation. And I'm going to come down here and I'm going to go ahead and click on this Google Drive icon. And I've got this document with helpful Schoology links. I'm just going to select that. It's going to go ahead and set it in there for me. I'm going to go ahead and return, and notice it automatically pops up and it says, do you want to share it with this person? Because it's just mine, but it's already knowing that there's somebody that needs access to this that doesn't. So I can go ahead and say, this person, yes, I want to share it with them, but I want them to be able to edit. Or maybe I don't want them to give access at all, which is also an option. But I'm just going to go ahead and say you can edit. I'm going to click send. It automatically changes that sharing permissions and adds that right in there for Lisa to see, or whoever else was in here. And notice I also have options down here to upload any file that's not in my Google Drive, and I can also start a Google Meet video chat right here. Google Chat also has the ability to create chat rooms, and you can customize these any way that you would like to and for any groups that you would like to. You can see right here that I've created one for our Region 12 Digital Innovation team. And the cool thing about groups is whoever I add has access to that group, and then they can even leave that group, and even though they left, they can always come back because I invited them originally. So that's really handy if we feel like that we started a group and maybe the information no longer applies to me, so I can go ahead and leave and come back if I need to. But one of the really cool features is that because everybody's in this room together, if I'm ever going to share a document in the chat and I send that, it'll ask to share with the room members. And so I can actually give the entire group access to a file, to any Google Drive file, just by sharing it in the chat, and it'll share the permission setting. It'll change the permission settings for me. When I am creating a Google Chat room, yes, there's some really nice things that you can do for this. So you have a chat room name. You can then put the names of the people that you want to invite to it. You can also allow people outside your organization. So important to think if you're going to create a special interest group or a PLC of people that aren't in our Region 12 group that you want to be able to invite in, because that has to be checked because Google Chat is locked down for our domain. You'll also want to have notify people via email, because if they're not using chat, you'll want to make sure that they see that email in their inbox. You can also add emojis for these rooms. So if those of you who go by site and icon in your visual, you can add a little emoji to the front so you can see what that is by a glance once you have a lot of rooms. So you can see on mine here on the left side, I've got these little icons, and we've got, just to kind of give you a rundown of the rooms that I have. So we have this Region 12 Digital Innovation one that you've seen, and we also have one for everybody that might be interested in the Zoom conversation and managing problems and training tips. And so anytime that we need to talk about that, we can just jump in this room. Another really nice feature that is in Google Chat Rooms only is that you can start new threads. So you'll see that there are blocks of conversation. Look at that little puppy with the wind in his face. So there's like these block separations for each one of these threads. You can't title the threads, but you can follow the threads. So if somebody posts up here in this one, I'll get a notification. If I don't want to be a part of this thread anymore, I can just turn that off so I don't get a notification for that one anymore, for that thread. And why would you want to use threads? Maybe this conversation is about a new service we're looking at, and maybe this conversation is about lunch plans. And so you would want to have those conversations together, and maybe you wouldn't want to follow one of those or the other. The best thing to really do is just get in, jump into Google Chat, and start kind of playing around with it and figuring out all the features. So I'm not going to go over everything, but I do want to leave you with the best feature for me personally, and that is the amount of places to access. So we obviously have this one right here that is in our Chrome browser. We go to chat.google.com, or we go to the waffle and we go to click on Google Chat. The computers, the Mac and the Windows, also have a chat application. So you can actually load this application window, and this is actually separate from Chrome. So you'll get desktop notifications for this as you're chatting through here, and it stays separate from your Chrome. It works exactly like the website, it just is separate from your Chrome. The other place that I want you to make you aware of is this is also built into Gmail now. This is a new feature, and it's so cool. In your Gmail, you won't see it in your Gmail. It's been turned off. So, but you're going to go into your settings, go into your gear. You're going to go to See All Settings. On this top bar right here, you're going to find the tab that says Chat and Meet. And you're going to turn your Google Chat on. And I'm going to click Save All Those Changes. Watch this. It's going to come up. Boom. And then look over here on the right side. I now have all of my chat over here on the right side. So if I needed to message Baron while I'm in email, I click, boom, there is our conversation right there. If I needed to email Lisa, click, boom, she's right there. I can have that conversation right here in my mail. I never have to open up chat. If I have my mail open, I'm going to see those notifications automatically. Also from mail, I can access the room. So if I open that, a room window opens. Notice I'm still in Gmail. I can see the chat. I can also see files that we have shared with each other. And only in the Gmail application you can make your chat work with tasks. So if you have a task that you want to assign to someone for a specific time or date, you can assign them a task or assign the room a task. And so when you're done with something, that person or you can check that task off, and it's just, a list that y'all can work on together. But those files are there and the chat as well. Oh, hello. You remember that part from Miss Doubtfire? Anyways, this last way to access may be the coolest way to access, but you do have to have the Gmail app on your phone. You cannot use your native mail app as if you're on an iPhone. You will have to download the Gmail app. I'm going to go ahead and jump into the Gmail app, and you'll see, it looks like email up at the top, and then down at the bottom, you'll notice I have 4 areas now that are integrated with this. So I've got mail on the left. I can click on chat, and that shows me all of my Google chats that I've been having, so I can go back to Lisa's conversation if I need to. I also have access to rooms, so if I want to click on that and go into our digital innovation room, I can click on the chat. We can have that chat start a new thread. I can click on files to see what's been shared. I can also assign and check off tasks from there as well. And if we wanted to start a virtual meeting through Google Meet, that is also available. And just knowing that is all in one app, I think, is a game changer and is just so cool. So if you want to try that out, you have to get the Gmail app for your phone. Well, I know this has been a super long video, at least longer than I usually like to make, but there's a lot of information in here, and I wanted to make sure that you got as much as you could go back through and watch later whenever you needed to. So please reach out if you have any questions or you want practice with this or some more insight into the application. And I hope next time that you will join us on the next episode of The More You Know.